Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics. So in today's video, we're going to be analyzing the total number of purchases in our database. And if you're new here, thanks for joining us. This is what we do. We do micro videos. We are working through the SQL for Data Science book and the database that is associated with it. So if you haven't checked it out, there is a link down below in the video, and please jump over there and check it out. If you haven't purchased it, really consider purchasing it. It is extremely helpful, well written, well organized, and it has a tremendous amount of knowledge to share. So let's get back to it. So all right, we're going to be mainly working with two tables today: the customer table and the customer purchase table. So let's just familiarize ourselves with it. So the customer table has the customer ID, customer name, customer first name, customer last name, and the customer purchases has, where we're going to merge this, customer ID, customer quantity, customer cost to customer per quantity. So and transaction time. So this is actually how we're going to track this, is by transaction time. So let's just get after it. Let's start with the customer purchases. Yeah. And then we're going to merge the customer table to here, join it so that we can see who it is later. So all right, what we're going to do is, as you can see here, we're going to count, because we don't want to count the dates, because as you can see, you can have multiple purchases per day. So we're going to count the transaction time. So we're going to group, so we want to know what the question that were posed was, who has the most purchases? So which customer has the most purchases? So we wouldn't count the market date, because we would only get one purchase here where it was actually two purchases. So we're going to group by customer ID, and then count transaction ID. And then in a minute, then we'll join the customer to the table, and then so we can see who it is. So let's just get after it. So let's alias this first, because we're going to be using two separate tables. So we're not going to be wanting to, we have to differentiate. So we're going to do CP So we're going to do CP, and then customer ID, and I want to show you something that I haven't really addressed. So, all right, you might say, why am I putting the comma here? Well, because if you want to comment out, you don't have to come up here to comment. So I'll show you this. So we're going to count. There, it's transaction time as number of purchases. So let's run this. So right now, it's just counting all of them. So we need to break out this group by CP dot customer ID. Let's run this again. Here we go. So now I have all the number of transactions per customer. So now what I want to do is, now I want to really join this on the customer so I can see who these customers are. On the customer table as C, on C dot customer ID equals CP dot customer ID. All right. Then we need to add C dot customer first and C dot customer last. So now let's give an example of why I suggest using the commas in front. So now if I were to want to just comment out first, I wouldn't have to come up here. Actually, here's a perfect example, because you can't have the comma at the end and if you straggle her. So if I were to do this, I would need to come up here to remove the comma from here. So it's faster. You can do either way. I just want you to have all the information and then you can decide what is best for you. So now let's see where we are. Okay, so we're getting close. So we have the customer ID, we have the number of purchases for the customer, and then we see their first and last name. Now let's say we wanted to have, let's go into this and we really wanted to have the top five customers, and we want to send them information. So then I would do this in descending order for number of purchases. Then I would order by number of purchases. Yep, I'm forgetting an underscore. All right, so it's going to default to ascending order. So I'm going to change this to descending order. Now let's run this one more time, and then I want to show you, so here we are, 289, 263, 258, and 246. Now let's just say I wanted the top five shoppers. So then here we are. It's Manuel, Abigail, Deanna, Jane, and Bob. So here we go. This is a list of our top 5 shoppers that we could send them coupons or things like that. So in next video, what we're going to do is we're going to analyze to see who of our customers actually spend the most. So right here, and these are the number of transactions they did, how much shopping they did. But in the next video, we're going to change this, and maybe you can do it ahead so you can practice. But we're going to actually see who is spending the most money. And it's going to be very similar, but we're going to need to attack this a different way, and it's going to show you different layers you can do with SQL. So that's all I'm going to say today. But please make sure you are checking out this website and really considering getting this book. I highly recommend it. And if you haven't joined Discord, go ahead and do that and give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't, check out this video right here or this one right down here. And most important, make sure you're hitting this subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.